Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And Cyril Ramaphosa, our friend Hippo Eyes. Well, as the year 2020 approaches, it's only a few days away now, it's quite pertinent that we look at this guy's performance, because he's been a total underperformer. And quite honestly, a total wanker. In 2 months' time, President Cyril Ramaphosa will have been the country's president for 2 years, having assumed office on February the 15th last year, following the resignation of then-President Jacob Zuma the day before. When things are tough, a moment in time feels like eternity. You'll agree with me that it actually feels like Ramaphosa has been president forever. There are even those who believe it's been downhill since then. But has it? Many people who feel it's been downhill since they're disappointed with the lack of progress in holding alleged state capture perpetrators accountable. No one is wearing orange overalls yet, they moan. And yet it looks like no one ever will, despite the millions of rands poured into the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture. They seem to dejectedly believe. Alleged private sector criminals are also said to be having a good time, with no loss of face or any sign they will ever go to jail. Amongst those cited are people implicated in the Steinhoff scandal that chipped away billions of rands in public servants' pension funds invested in the company by the Public Investment Corporation. Not much progress seems visible in addressing alleged criminality regarding the sinking of the VBS Bank that wiped off millions in life savings of the poorest go-go Dlaminis. The sluggish economy is another pebble in people's shoes. Each time Stats South Africa release quarterly reports, economic growth seems to be taking an uninterrupted nosedive, while unemployment is rapidly shooting up. Poverty also seems to be on a rise. The figures currently stand at 55.5% for all groups nationally, disaggregated to 64.2% for Indigenous Africans, about 39% for coloureds, 5.9% for Asians, and 1% for whites. Now, I dispute that last figure with 1% for whites. Someone is telling porky pies here. The unemployment rate of the white population in South Africa has got to be in the mid-30s at least. I'm talking about 33, 35%. You talk to, the number of people I talk to who are white South Africans, most of them are unemployed because of black economic empowerment. And this 1% figure is completely crap. Don't believe me. Anyway, getting back to the story. The investment front has provided less than cold comfort. 2 investment conferences accompanied by much promise and hope did not deliver as billed. The constant fear of the country being downgraded to junk status is a sword of Damocles that adds to its own flavour of disappointment, bordering on despair. Then there is Eskom, the moniker given the country's power utility, Eskom, due to the number of disappointments it has inflicted on the nation through its load-shedding episodes, the randomness of its load-shedding, all with the fuzzy logic behind each explanation, compounds things. After all that has been learned, since the first major energy interruption, people ask why there's still no energy security strategy, why the piecemeal approach. Aren't operation manager engineers who should have conducted a systems audit and employed a systems thinking for a lateral solution? No analysis of government challenges can be completed without a word on the public funds guzzling state-owned enterprises, or SOEs. Key among the problem children have been South African Airways, the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa, and the South African Broadcasting Corporation. The spectre of corruption compounds matters, with people concerned at the lack of consequence management translating into impunity. In this regard, many would like to see more integrity enforcement at political party levels. For the poor, though, all or above seems extra and optional. Their key concern is excruciating poverty and its assault on their human dignity and their development. Job losses in the mining and banking sectors due to fourth industrial revolution automation is a compounding factor. Where is the constitutionality? Promised free potential and improved quality of life for all. Many asked this at the Tuma Foundation Democracy Festival at Maboneng in Johannesburg on the eve of Reconciliation Day. Statistics don't do justice to the ugly reality of poverty. They don't show the hunger for food and for dignity, the hunger to be seen, and above all, the hunger for hope. I saw the face of poverty during my tenure as a public protector. I see the face of poverty regularly as we visit villages and townships under the Tuma Foundation, Stellenbosch University's Siyazakela Enterprising Communities and Social Justice MP Plan initiatives. It is fair to say that Ramaphosa's administration has been on a downhill journey. It is better to slow going in the right direction than to go fast in the wrong direction. No one can honestly say we're heading in the wrong direction. Well, I can. I can tell you that South Africa is going completely cactus. Regarding state capture, Ramaphosa gave the Zondo Commission all the financial and moral support it needed. Actually, more money has been spent than ever imagined. Regarding the orange overalls, the President's involvement would be unjust and a violation of the constitutionalism principle of the separation of powers. We must agree that anything more than appointing, resourcing and supporting a competent National Public Prosecutions Director would be overreaching. What about Eskom and the other state-owned enterprises? Measures have been taken to reinforce leadership and detoxify the system. The truth is that where there's a mess, there's inertia at the start of the process of moving forward. Is that what we're witnessing? Probably, but I do believe here systems thinking and a more forward-looking approach is needed. Wet coal is predictable, and so is aging infrastructure. Where is the energy security strategy? Why is it not picked up, aging infrastructure? This is an operational management challenge, and those responsible should be held accountable. What about sabotage? Not managing a predictable risk can be a form of sabotage. We should also be vigilant about real sabotage. Load shedding coincides with developments in the political landscape have been questionable. We need a much clearer long-term strategy for all state-owned enterprises. A related matter is a need for policy. The stopgap measure don't only make the nation nervous, but might entail a transactional approach with an unintended long-term impact. A public policy process also provides opportunities to crowdsource ideas beyond what's on the table between government, state-owned enterprise leadership and the few consulting or business elites that have access. For example, the state-owned enterprises might not need to be privatized, but have operations outsourced, like Gautrain, said a Gautrain executive. Funding could also come from selling special public bonds. A matter Ramaphosa has been consistent on is confidence-building leadership. He has not taken the low road of divide and rule or playing the victim. He has also been a promise keeper, even on matters in which the buck was passed by the previous administration without policy frameworks. For example, he has stoically found ways to deliver on fees must fall promises and the land question. Ramaphosa has also been consistent on the non-negotiability of social justice as a bridge to sustainable growth and the reconciliation envisaged in the Constitution. We've also seen some consistency in rebuilding South Africa's tattered global reputation. I do hope through the President will step up and be a lot more clear on policy and more deliberate in involving the public in mapping the road ahead. This not only limits elite capture, but is more confidence-inspiring while presenting opportunities for crowdsourcing solutions. I also hope there'll be clearer and deliberate messaging on UN Sustainable Development Goals and the role of business and society in achieving these, particularly ending poverty and striking a blow against generational inequality. I hope the next State of the Nation address will outline a clearer vision of the democracy and political economy we're establishing and related policy pathways, including the future state-owned enterprises. And that article was written by Thuli Madonsela, who is a professor and law faculty trust chair for social justice at Stellenbosch University and founder of the Tuma Foundation and Social Justice M Plan. Now, I just want to make some comments about what she says there. And when she suggests that Ramaphosa is trying to fix all that's broken in South Africa, I totally disagree. I think Ramaphosa has completely lost the plot. I think that when you look at what's happened to Eskom, South African Airways, Prasa, Denel, you can just about point a stick at any state-owned enterprise. They're all in the poo. Then you have a look at the municipalities under ANC leadership. They're all literally in the poo. Then you look at the South African National Defence Force, what happened last week. Inside job, theft of guns. I mean, the whole of the mindset of ANC governance is all about looting and pillaging. And that's happening under Ramaphosa's watch. And nothing is being done to bring people to book. That's where the big failure is. And that's why it's getting worse. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, stay safe.